Thank you so much for coming to meditate today. My idea and thought for today was just to kind of end this week with the way that we started this week. So moving through a little body scan, or moving through, rather than a body scan, moving through a sensation scan. So tapping into different sensations and then using that mindfulness practice as an opportunity to see where our edges are, where we can tap into that meditative or that in-between space. I know I've mentioned this a couple times. I think it's been a few days since I've mentioned it. And if you have loved ones, if you have kids, if you have people running around, and that takes you a moment out of your meditation or out of your mindfulness practice, that is okay. That is all a part of this wonderful practice. Life is never going to be that completely silent, serene space as we're all experiencing right now. So just like noises, or if you have a little one and they run up to you while you're meditating, right? Just as noises or humans or touch or whatever can be a distraction, it can also be your opportunity to reset and to practice, right, mindfulness, the opportunity of mindfulness. So today as you sit in this space, today as you breathe and tap into your breath, as well as that in between, that meditative space, I just ask that you give yourself the grace, you give yourself the space to, when your eyes open, when you feel yourself wiggle, if you get distracted by somebody else or a pet, that you give yourself an opportunity to pause, to take a big breath, to soften your gaze or close your eyes and come back to your meditation, right? So let it be okay if it gets distracted, and then practice coming back into it. And maybe you'll notice that from Monday of last week to Sunday today, you've noticed even that space or the capacity to breathe, to meditate, is a little bit more connected, or a little bit more fluid for you. So wherever you are, find a nice, tall, comfortable seat. Ground your sits bones down. If you prefer to sit on a bolster, if you have a yoga block, if you have pillows, if you have a blanket, you can fold it up. But whatever you need to prop your hips up, you can rest your palms face down or face up. Take a big breath in, fill all the way up. And a full open mouth, exhale. Again, big breath in. Big slow breath out. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. So maybe your lids don't shut quite all the way, but it softens so that anything that's in your visual system is slightly blurry or very dark. And from there, just tune into your breath. Notice your breath here. You can observe it as it flows in through your nose and out through your nose. Just be the observer, just notice it. Without needing to shift, adjust, or change. Just breathe. Notice the texture of your breath, the length of your breath, just where you naturally go when you breathe. And then once you feel connected to that, then start to lengthen your breath out. See if you can breathe in all the way down into your belly. Invite your belly to expand. And as you exhale, just let your belly draw in. Big breath in, let your belly expand. And a slow, long breath out. Two more long breaths like that. Start to equalize the length of time you take to inhale and exhale. So if you notice your inhale is long and slow and your exhale is quick, start to lengthen your exhale. Even pace it. Take a big slow breath in, fill all the way up. Equalize it with a slow, long, extended breath out. 3 more times like that. Big breath in, fill up. Slow, long, extended exhale. 2 more. Big breath in. Exhale, slow, long, extended breath out. Last one. Big breath in. And slow, long exhale, breath out. Nice. Just let your breath be even, soft, and paced. Start to tune into the sensation of your sits bones on the earth. If you're seated in a chair, maybe just notice your feet touching the earth. Notice your sits bones touching the chair. Once you make that physical sensation awareness, then start to notice the other sensations in your body. So maybe the connection of where your arms or your hands rest on your legs. If your back is supported by a chair and or a wall. Notice if you're hunched or rounded forward. Start to elevate your heart up. Feel your spine grow nice and long. Notice the freedom that comes with your breath. And you just invite the neutral length into your spine. And shift your awareness, your attention to the sounds that you hear. Maybe you start by hearing the sounds that are louder and closer to you. And as you listen more connected, more intently, maybe you notice the softer, the subtler sounds that exist around you or even within you. And then start to notice the scents that you breathe into your nose. And maybe even lasting scents that you breathe out of your nose. As you shift your attention, your awareness to what you can smell, do you notice that your breath becomes bigger through your nostrils? Maybe a little easier? Maybe a little bit smoother? A great time to observe if your breath is quickened in pace. And if it has, just slow your exhalation. Move your tongue around in your mouth. Just a few swooshes in one direction and maybe in the other direction. Notice as you move your tongue, you start to salivate more. You might notice the need to swallow, of course, do so. And notice any tastes that surface onto your tongue and down your throat. Lastly, start to shift your attention to your eyes. If your eyes are closed, maybe all you see is darkness or little shimmers of light. But maybe you see shapes, you see colors, you see images. Your gaze is soft, without trying to fix your gaze on anything. Just notice what comes into third eye view, intuitive view. And then from here, start to do a check-in once more with all of your senses. Notice the sensation of touch. So your arms touch your body, your sits bones touch the earth, your feet touch the earth. Your back is supported by the chair or by a wall. Notice sensation of sound, what you hear. Sensation of smell, of taste, and of sight. And try to experience all of those sensations at once. And as you try to stay connected with all of those sensations at one time, notice how your focal point gets blurry. You can start to drop into that in-between space that we call meditation. If you notice your mind wander, come back to this scan through the different sensations. And use that as your anchor point, your compass through your meditation today. If a mantra helps you more, if you want a word to come back to, your mantra, your word today is here. Here. Your mind gets distracted. Return back to a scan of the senses. Look to experience them all at once. You can always repeat your mantra here. Here. big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Last time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers. You can create a little movement through your wrists. Any movement that your body might need after stillness. Slide your hands together at heart center, and once more tap into the feeling of touch. Notice the sensation that you feel in your physical body. Take a moment to acknowledge the sounds that surround you. Experience the scents that you breathe in through your nose. Notice the tastes that reside in your mouth. And see what is within your sight. That sight does not need to be focused and clear, but rather what is the unclear sight that you see. Every time you tap into a sensation, every time you step into an opportunity for mindfulness and then meditation, you encourage that deeper connection within yourself. The more clarity, the more focus starts to come to life. I encourage you to continually use this tool as a way to create a consistent meditation practice. And as always, I love you.